first off, if you're new here, thank you for checking this video out. And be sure to hit the like button and subscribe and comment down in the comment section if you want more Kiss-related content. I do a lot of Kiss-related content as well as a bunch of other off-the-wall stuff. My name is Brant. I'm the host of In My Head channel. And I've been going on 7 years. About a month from now will be 7 years. So I'm going to be starting a new series going through my old videos. And that's going to be really cool, looking back and seeing what I thought about things 7 years ago versus how I think about them now. Also, I have a Patreon and a YouTube membership. You can check that out down in the description if you like. But let's just get right into the content that I want to talk about today. I went to see Minikiss. And if you don't know who Minikiss is, with the retirement of Kiss after their last shows, in December of 2023, the demand for the tribute bands has grown. And while Kiss tribute bands have been around for 30 years, since before Kiss put on the makeup back during the reunion tour, demand and tour schedules and sold out shows have increased over the last year. Bands like Kiss Nation, Strutter, Kiss Alive, Kiss Forever, Almost Human, Rock and Roll Over, Cold Gin, Detroit Rock City, Love Gun, Mr. Speed. I'm sure there are others. They've been around for a while to continue and deliver shows packed with high energy, the same way Kiss would. Some bands specialize in specific eras and costumes and music, while some bands play all eras of music. Some, like Mr. Speed, for example, which I've seen in the past, and I'll have to look back and see if I made a video about that because I still have the footage. And I'm friends with the drummer from Mr. Speed, so if I've not made a video about Mr. Speed, there will be a Mr. Speed video coming. But Mr. Speed, they rotate costumes and stage setups and everything. Last time I saw them, they were in the Love Gun era stuff, and I saw them in a little small like wing place. But they tore it down, man. Like they were like Kiss. They were playing like they were in an arena. And while all these bands are awesome and unique in their own ways, one Kiss tribute band is very definitely unique in their own way. And I'm talking about Minikiss. The Minikiss is an approved Kiss tribute band that's appeared in the Dr. Pepper commercial for the Super Bowl. They've also appeared in Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, Lopez versus Lopez, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. They were founded in late 1985 by the late Joey Fattel, and I think in his brother, who played Mini Gene. The band is currently made up of manager-owner Arturo Knight, who plays Mini Paul. And I've been talking with Arturo because he's the owner and manager, and I am trying to get him and maybe some of the guys from Minikiss on sometime in February because I want to know the history about this band. I want to know more about them, and I just want to know about their history, what their future is, what their future plans are, what tour dates they have remaining this year. And so I'm just very, very curious. So I just want to know more. But Arturo plays Mini Paul. He joined in 2015, and then he bought the rights to Minikiss in 2023. There have been several previous members of Minikiss over the years. I don't know all of them. And like I said, this isn't meant to be an inclusive history of Minikiss. Hopefully I'll get that in my interview video. I know two of the late Joey Fattel and I previously mentioned, but also Leif Manson, who was one of the OG members who played Mini Ace. I saw him in some of the videos that was from like before June of this past year. But now that spot is now occupied by Nick Sin, and that is who plays Mini Ace now currently when I saw them. And Andrew Jacobs plays Mini Peter, and Richard Hazinga Reyes rounds out the band as Mini Gene. And I tell you, Mini Gene and does not disappoint, and none of the band disappoints. But I'll get into that as I talk about the songs. But it's notable that in March 2023, Kiss received the Guinness World Record for the world's shortest male band. I got to experience Minikiss in Newton, North Carolina, which is about 30 minutes from my home. this past weekend. I was looking forward to seeing them and expecting a fun show, and they did not disappoint. They were interactive with the crowd to the point that Minnie Paul came out into the arena, into the auditorium where we were, and even up on the balcony where we were. He was literally, a few feet away, singing. I loved it. I loved the show. I was blown away by the show. I was blown away by the band. Just the spectacle. And, this is the program I got from the place. And it is very well worth noting that this place gets some pretty big acts. We saw that the Newton Performing Arts Center, just a little sidebar before we get into the track listing and the show. And I am going to show videos. I'm going to show about 25% of the stuff that I recorded because I don't honestly know how much YouTube's going to give me a copyright strike. Now, I know that I plan on loading this in video in entirety. I filmed 90% of the show, but I'm going to have to be careful. I may even have to edit this video a couple times because when I upload it and they give me a copyright strike on some stuff, I may have to dial the footage down. But I can get away with that on Patreon because I upload to the Patreon servers and Patreon will have the full footage that I have. But I will talk about the whole set list. I don't even think YouTube membership will have the full because it still gets uploaded to YouTube. So only way you may get the full video of this, if you want to experience it, is to go to my Patreon, and you can get in my Patreon for like $2.50 a month. But at the Performing Arts Center, while we were sitting there waiting, we saw that bands like Slaughter, Stephen Pearcy was coming. There was a lot of cover bands that was coming, tribute bands that were coming. And we saw that on April, I think it's April 11th, just before my birthday. I'll put a screenshot up here. My birthday is April 14th. April the 11th, Ace Frehley. I say it Frehley. Some people say Frehley. He says Frehley. But hey, we're all right. He's coming. And when I originally looked, I was bummed because I thought the tickets were like $200. And I'm like, what the heck is Ace thinking? This is a 500-seat place. It's not very big, but $200 a ticket, even up on the balcony, it's a little steep. But I don't know where I originally saw those prices. It might be in like a resale place because whenever I went and looked directly online on their website, on Newton Performing Arts Center's website, I found out that the tickets are a lot less. They're like $95. So I got me a ticket. I got my friend Scott ticket, who went with me to see our last Kiss show. And April the 11th, we're going to go see Ace. And so Gene is playing also. He's on the road. He's playing in Kentucky at a different place. It's outdoor arena in May. Tickets aren't that expensive. It's like $57 for lawn seats. But it's an 8-hour drive. And I right now don't know if I want to do an 8-hour drive. So it's on the fence on whether I go see Gene or not. Really on the fence. I'm leaning towards not. But I don't know. Anyway, Mini Kiss. Let's talk about this set list. So the way I'm going to do this, Patreon is going to have the full video that I filmed after I talk about each song. But YouTube may have a snip to keep me from getting a copyright. So I'm going to try to put as much on YouTube as I can. But if I get copyright strikes, it'll come off. I'll have to re-edit. So the experience was really cool. Whenever they started, they brought the lights down. They played the Led Zeppelin song, Rock and Roll. And I know I can't play any of that because that'll get a copyright strike. Then they brought down and the lights went down and then the hum. And you could tell who hadn't seen Kiss because whenever they were playing Rock and Roll and whenever they were doing the hum, we actually seen people around us. Me and my wife went. And we actually seen people around us like looking around like, what's going on? And as soon as they started Led Zeppelin, I'm like, oh, they're going to have the hum after this. My wife's like, the what? I'm like, you'll see. And then, all right, Newton, you won the best. You got the best. The hottest little band in the world, Mini Kiss. And they came out with, of course, Detroit Rock City. Here's that footage. On YouTube, sorry, it's the footage that I can show. Here it is. I mean, that's awesome. I loved it. I loved it so much. So then they went straight into the next song, kind of faithful to a Kiss set list. The next song they did, Shout It Out Loud. Then after Shout It Out Loud, I was like, okay, what are they going to do next? They kept the hits, the bangers kept going, as the kids say. I don't even know if the kids say that anymore. They hit us up with Deuce, and we got to hear Little Jean.
How you doing, people? Thank you for coming out. We're the one and only Mini Kiss. How many OG Kiss fans we got out there tonight? This was for the OG Kiss fans, all the way from Las Vegas. Give it up for Mini Jean. Let's take it back all the way to the 1970s. This one's called Deuce.
Then after this, they talked about how they were going to keep it old school for just a little bit. And I love Arturo because Arturo, Mini Paul, he even talked like Paul. He's like, how you doing, people? I mean, he mimicked Paul. They mimicked the guys, and he was just a great front man for, he was like the perfect Paul. Did the hair and everything. He had all the moves. So you could tell that he is very passionate about what he does. All these guys are passionate about what they do. So they kept it old school and went with Strutter.
Everybody said she's looking good, and the lady knows it's understood. Strutter.
Now then, at this point in time, I was amazed that a lot of people were knowing these songs, but then they hit the one that up to this point, other than maybe Detroit Rock City, they hit the one that got a big reaction from the crowd, and that's Lick It Up. Then after Lick It Up, Nick Sin, who plays Mini Ace, he came out and did the Star Spangled Banner guitar solo. So the set was complete with guitar solo.
Mr. Mini Gene Simmons. All the way from Portland, Oregon, Mr. Mini Ace. All the way from California, IA, and we're working on a name change. Mr. Mini Peter. And all the way from the beautiful San Antonio, Texas, Mini Paul Stanley! We're gonna do something special for you. This next one's dedicated to America.
Then Mini Peter, played by Andrew Jacobs, did a mini drum solo. Mini Peter, mini drum solo. Then Richard came out and he did Gene spitting blood. And he did so awesome at it. I can probably show this video in its entirety. And I feel like I could probably have shown the previous videos in their entirety if I didn't. And but the cool thing was there was this little girl down front. This was an all ages show. There was old people here, people older than me, and I call those old people because if you're older than me, you're old people. Even though to some people I'm old people. And there was kids, and the kids had on Kiss makeup. They were dressed up like, some of the kids was dressed up. There's one kid dressed up like Gene, and this one little girl, she was down front, in the very front, and she was right in front of Gene, and he wipes the blood off, and he gives her the towel.
Well, all right.
All right.
So after that, Arturo, Mini Paul, came out and he did a guitar solo. And as soon as he started playing the notes, I knew it was Black Diamond. I knew it was Black Diamond, and I knew he was doing the heavy notes like Paul does, and he just kind of emulated that whole thing that Paul does. And then I think a lot of people knew Black Diamond, but I didn't hear a lot of woo, woo, woo. And, and you'll hear me yelling all in this thing, and you'll hear me singing off key. But I was just enjoying myself and having fun. It was a fun experience, and I was just engrossed in it, and I was in it, man. So then they played Black Diamond.
Give it up for Mini G.
Come on. So after Black Diamond, they kept it old school and they played Love Gun. After they played Love Gun, they probably played the song that they got the biggest reaction out of, other than the opening song, Detroit Rock City, with it being the opening song. But they had to play it, so they played I Was Made for Loving You.
I know you also got tickets at half off, right? Now, if you want to see also some cool stuff, check out our YouTube channel. We have some podcasts with Wee Man from Jackass. We have some stuff with Pauly Shore, some stuff with Chelsea Lynn, Trailer Trash Tammy. We have a lot of stuff with comedians. And a lot of other behind-the-scenes videos and stuff. Like one time we went to Canada last year, and we went to a medieval festival and got really, had a lot of fun with their meat. And we only had American money on us, so that's all we could get over there, what they gave us for free. After we left the medieval festival, these two guys got into a fight. I'm not even lying, it's on our YouTube channel. I tell you, there's some classy stuff online. Now this is my favorite one to play, but I want to see you come to the front and dance. It's gonna take one person to do it, then everyone will follow, trust me. That's how theaters work. This isn't Hamilton, people. It's Mini-Kiss. I'm not gonna tell you the name of this song because you'll get it right off the back. Are you ready? Let's do it.
And this next part really surprised me. I don't know why, but it did. But the music started, and here comes Andrew. Here comes little Peter just running out on the stage and dancing around and doing his thing and everything. And he sang Beth. Now, this is where it gets interesting, and I don't feel like that I can play these songs on YouTube at all. I may try to play little snips of them, maybe less than 8 seconds, but they broke the mold and they became just, that they're a mini Kiss band, but they're also a party band. So they played a couple songs outside of Kiss's catalog. The next song that they played was Motley Crue's Home Sweet Home.
How many Motley Crue fans we got out there? Cool. It's always different everywhere we go. But North Carolina loves rock and roll. I can hear it. Did you say Judas Priest? No, we can't do that. Well, we can, but I don't want to scare the kids. This one's called Home Sweet Home. You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's a goal. I had a runaway night, so I wouldn't come home. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Home sweet home.
And then after that, they followed it up with Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen, and that's when he came out into the crowd, and it was just awesome. He just tried. Andrew, Mini Paul, just tried to get in touch with as many people that he could get in touch with.
We're really gonna change it up now. How many Queen fans we got up there? Let's go. Make it 10. I feel like Tim Robbins. Hey, buddy. With your Kiss fan, I promise I'm not Paul Stanley. Yeah. This was called Bohemian Rhapsody. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head. Give it up, no man. Come on, little man. Too late, my time has come. I don't wanna die. Sometimes we should never be born. That's what people.
Then after that, they brought it back old school, and you'll hear me yelling all through the beginning of this, because I knew as soon as he started talking about drinks, what people like to drink, I was almost hoarse yelling, cold gin, cold gin. And people around me, like a couple people, I think I'm up on the balcony, I might have heard maybe 3 or 4 other people say it. So this was definitely nobody really, not a lot of people in the audience knew where this was going, but they played cold gin.
Beer, liquor, whiskey.
Cold gin. Cold gin.
Jello shots.
Cold gin.
What about tequila?
Cold gin.
What about cold gin?
Yeah.
This is another old school one. You ready?
Then after that, they did a very cool thing that Kiss typically does near the end of the show. They took a photo with the crowd, and I got the photo they posted it on their social media. I got this photo, and I'm going to circle me and my wife. You'll see me and my wife. On this photo, we're up in the balcony to the left, but you'll see the circle. And then they closed it. Rock and roll all night. I swear I almost expected them to have some hidden confetti machines, but they didn't. But I honestly expected them to, because they did have smoke machine. They didn't have pyro, because Newton Performing Arts Center, it's like an old school, like built back in the 30s. So this was like a nice, it was like a repurposed school auditorium. And like I said, 500 seats max. Very nice, very intimate. Show. Not really a bad seat in the place. We were up on the balcony on the front row, and if we would have been even further back, we might have missed maybe some of the bottom of the stage. I don't know. I didn't see back that far, but I know that just maybe on the first 2 or 3 rows of the front of the balcony, we had great seats. Now for Ace, we're on the floor. We're about maybe 11 rows back on the floor on the left side, so I'm excited about that. But here it is, rock and roll all night.
Give it up for yourself, North Carolina. It's been a beautiful crowd. We've had a great night. We're the one and only Mini Kiss. Trust me, there ain't no one else doing this. How about after the show we come down there and meet you and take a few pictures? First, you have to take a picture with us so we can post it on our social media. We're gonna post it on TikTok only. Why don't you stand up for this one? Come on!
You guys actually might want to keep standing for this next one. Because trust me, you're going to want to dance to this.
We're the one and only Mini Kiss, baby. Thanks for coming out tonight, North Carolina. I hope we'll be back and see your pretty faces again. So how do you say we come down there and take some pictures?
So that closed the show. After the show, they said that they were going to come out and take pictures. And so me and my wife just kind of, she's like, I know you want to hang around. And I'm like, yes, I do. And so we went down and they were out in the auditorium. They were out in like the foyer, the entry area, just off where you'd get your concessions and stuff. And it's cool because talking about this performing arts center, they sold shots, they sold beer, liquor, mixed drinks, and you could order from your seat. You didn't have to go wait in line. I think that's pretty cool for a little performing arts center thing. It was actually really cool with some of the acts that they get. But here's a picture of me that I took, that somebody with the band took of me with the band with my phone. And they're actually, Arturo is taller than the rest of the guys, but even Arturo is short. I don't know his exact stats. Maybe I can find out their stats whenever I interview them in a few weeks. I think we're not going to be able to hook up till sometime, maybe the first week of May, or between the first and second week of May. But I'm going to tag them in this video, and I'm going to tag all their social media in this video so you can be sure to go and check them out. I've seen them on YouTube. They got some great behind the scenes stuff there. I've seen them on Instagram. I've seen them on TikTok. And they have a website too. So I'm going to post all their social media down in the description. And I just highly encourage you, if you are looking for a fun time, just a fun Kiss-centered time. I know Xander has went and seen Mini Kiss. He saw them. It's kind of funny. Mine and Xander's paths kind of crossed because whenever my wife bought me these tickets, she bought them in the later part of last year. And I told Xander, man, I'm going to go see Mini Kiss. And he goes, dude, we're getting ready to go see Mini Kiss. And I'm like, well, let me know how it is. So he told him, he's like, man, we had a great time. We loved it. And then he told me the other day, I was like, dude, I'm getting ready to go see Mini Kiss this weekend. And he's like, we're going to see Kiss Army. I'm like, dude, I've seen Kiss Army too, and they're so good. And so Kiss Army is a full-sized Kiss tribute band. And they've been around a while too. They've been around a hot minute, probably 30 years. I need to get, his name leaves me right now. God, can't remember his name. We've talked back and forth on Facebook. But I need to get him in a video and talk about the history of Kiss Army too, because they're another one that's been around for a while. And who knows, maybe other Kiss tribute bands will contact me, and I'll feature them too. And I'm gonna work on wrapping this up. But like I said in the beginning of my video, Kiss is retired now. We might not ever get a full Kiss band with everything, with the makeup and the pyro and all the effects and a 20 something song set. We might not ever get that. And we might not only ever see one-offs. With Kiss not really owning rights to a lot of stuff anymore, I don't really know how they can do that. I mean, Gene's touring, Ace is touring, Paul may tour sooner or later, not selling paintings or making pizza, but doing Soul Station or another side project that he chooses to do. So you don't know, but there is a demand for people to get that Kiss experience, to get that Kiss fix in person. And it's a great time. It's so much fun. I had so much fun when I saw Kiss Army a couple years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I went to Tennessee to see them and went to see Minikiss and had such a great time. So if you have not followed Minikiss or ever seen or heard of them, you saw them in this video, go check them out on their social media, on their YouTube page. Give them a like, give them a follow, give them a subscribe, and give them some comments, and help support that band. And like I said, if you want to see these videos in their entirety, you can join my Patreon channel and you can watch this video in its entirety, the full. Some songs I didn't record all the way through, but I recorded most of them all the way through, probably 90% of the show. I was trying to be cautious of battery and phone space. So, but I recorded all of the songs that I wanted to record all of. So anyway, that's all I've got for this one. I know this video is a shorter video if you're watching it on YouTube, because most likely they're not going to let me hardly show any video. And this video is probably a very long video if you're maybe an hour, if not a little longer, if you are going to go watch it on Patreon. So anyway, that's all I've got for this one. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down in the section if you're new, if you're coming over from Minikiss. Hey, I'm Brant. Nice to meet you. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Patreon. Check out my merch store down below. You can see all that. And that's all for this one. I'll see you in the next one. I think the next video from me. Oh, and be sure to check out Critical Kiss. The link for that is down in the bio as well. I meant to say that earlier. But that's down in the subscription as well. I think the next video that I personally am going to do is I think I'm going to get back into this box set. And hopefully I won't get too bad of a copyright strike. I'll have to figure out. Of course, the video will be in its entirety on Patreon. But I'll try to figure out how I can put it on YouTube without getting too bad of a copyright strike. May have it to where you start the song the same time I do, and then you listen along with me. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But I think that's kind of why I stopped, because the copyright strikes were getting a little ridiculous. So we will see. But I'm planning on this one being my next video. And I'm also going to be doing a puzzle video. The puzzles are up there. You can't hardly see them. I'm going to be doing a puzzle video soon as well, since it's so cold. It's like 20 degrees outside right now, and I ain't doing nothing outside. And it gets dark at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock may be 2 a.m. Might as well be 2 a.m. Anyway, I'm rambling, as I always do. I thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. My Patreons, Rex Smetzer and John Steinheimer. That's my 2 Patreons, trying to build that. Come over and join the fun and have a good time over there. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.